Hi everyone, welcome to Tea Time, where we dish out the very latest entertainment news. And what's interesting is that we also analyze, discuss, dissect, and sometimes give our own verdict on those headlines. I'm Tokunbo Taiwo, and I'm here with the cheerful Elsie Godwin and the jovial Ife Oshunkeye. Hello, people.
How are you doing?
Okay, so my usual question: what's new? What's hot? What's not? What's new?
Davido is now flying.
Yeah, so he went from hanging to a flying stage.
No,
yeah.
now it's clear that it's about the people that work on the concept, not particularly about
And
the concept being bad.
So are you shading our beloved?
I'm not shading anybody.
I have
I'm
to
just
shade
saying.
you guys, seriously.
Why?
Why are you shading?
Because I think it was because it was done here in Nigeria the last time. That's why.
But we've seen very beautiful stage, what's it called, crafts in Nigeria.
By who?
Exactly. Give us an example.
Whiskey, he didn't come.
How did he come? Did he come from sky?
No.
That's what we're saying. If you want to come from the sky, there is a problem.
Well, true.
But
though. Maybe we haven't advanced.
No, we've
to
not
that
figured that
level.
out yet.
Yeah,
we only know how to collect millions.
I know there
for
are people
venue.
that will be able to pull this off in Nigeria, but they will charge you so much that you would rather go and.
Aside that, the venue can does it have the capacity to hold this kind of entrance?
Yeah.
That's one of the things.
Yeah.
It's not just about
and then
having
the
an
materials
expensive
being used
venue.
to build the stage as well. And these people, this is not the first time they would have done something like this. So they will probably have this ready made.
Done.
It's
just
not like
choose what you want.
Yeah, just choose how you want it to be.
But I bet you,
if even then, if you anything you want, it can be done within the twinkle of an eye.
Just like that. But you guys have to remember that
let me tell you
Davido
this.
had to pull off his Davido live in concert in just about 12 days because of the venue change and all of that. So maybe he had this in mind for the Davido.
Which one?
The city of.
What did you point at? Which this?
Maybe he had. No, maybe he had the whole flying stage thing in mind.
But if Davido knew there was going to be light under that thing, Davido would not kind. God, did you see the lights?
Elsie, he must have at least been
they will
aware.
hide that part from him.
They won't let him know.
They won't let him know. But that is
put me down, put me down, put me down.
Oh.
All right, so
And then,
what's new on your part?
Yeah, it's just the SAG Awards with, what's it called, Black Panther and Day One. So that was good, with the screen
you went
actors.
to an event yesterday, correct me?
Oh, no, I did.
Oh, thank you very much.
We went for Afonja the Rice. Tundeleye, we had Tundeleye on the show some weeks back, and the book was officially launched yesterday.
Yeah,
it's
but
a book
did
about
you see Tokunbo there?
I saw myself looking beautiful in a black gown.
Did you see Elsie?
Okay. And you had rice, or what was it you just said,
I
Elsie?
got dead late, oh God. Like, the cocktail and small chops were finished before.
That's what you went
But I looked good. That's all I know.
He didn't even go and support you over there. It was small chops he went for.
How did I support him? I supported him. I was there.
All right, okay, guys. Man of the Year Awards,
it
was amazing. That was on Friday, and El Rufai was named the Man of the Year, and yes, so congratulations to all the winners of the Sun Man of the Year. And Davido won something,
What did he win?
I think Best Creative Personality of the Year. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
and that's El Rufai taking his award, so I think, so that's part of what went down at the Sun Man of the Year Awards. Yeah, so I think we should just let this slide a little bit.
Do you know how they picked this Man of the Year? Do you know the criteria?
They did, based on the things you have done in your state. El Rufai is the governor of Kaduna State, so based on the things he has done, how he reduced and the number of senatorial seats, and how he also reconstructed some infrastructure, seized some corrupted funds that were stolen, looted. So, yeah, he did a lot for Kaduna State, and that was how he was picked. Yeah.
So you think he deserved it?
From what I read about his profile, for the reason why he won, I think he deserved it all the way. So
okay, congratulations.
Yeah, and I like the way. Come on, Nigeria, we're advanced. If you can watch this video to the end, you see the whole fireworks and everything.
Tokunbo, let's
we should move on, yeah. Okay. On today's episode, we've got scoop on Danny Young, Tiwa Savage, Simi, Banky W, and Micheal Jackson. And we'll start with this one on Danny Young, who lashes out to at Tiwa Savage concerning copyright infringement and says this is just the beginning and plans to see this all the way to the end. So it's regarding the song that Danny did and won by Tiwa Savage, and I actually had a listen to both of them and had a look, and I was like, seriously, these songs don't even sound alike. But from what I understand, Tiwa actually used some of the lyrics on Danny.
They actually used a proverb.
A proverb. It's still the lyrics, so
Yeah, but it's a proverb.
it's a lyric.
It's a Yoruba
It's a lyric.
proverb.
It's a lyric.
Yoruba proverb.
It's a lyric.
Okay, yes, it's a lyric.
I'll see. All right. So at the end of the day, I'm like,
Please,
seriously, can you?
Sorry.
What?
Which one is the proverb exactly?
It's the same. Yeah.
So it was in Danny Young's songs.
And it was also.
How did he put his own?
It was faster, and the beat was much more
You know, I
upbeat.
tried
And then
listening to the two. Maybe
and you
because
thought
I'm
you
not
couldn't
Yoruba, I don't know. I couldn't pick
the difference. Yeah, that was the initial thing I got as well. Then I still went back onto
again,
and then
okay.
did a comparison, and then I could hear that it was the same word that they were using. But you can't really
It was
sue.
a proverb. Danny
That's
Young
what I'm
should get
saying.
over
Oh,
himself.
But if
Exactly.
no, if you're saying he should get over himself, remember YouTube has pulled it down.
No, it hasn't pulled it down.
It's
That's
on-
why
why
I'm
is the
like,
news
it's on
saying it's not
YouTube.
YouTube?
it's still on
That's why-
YouTube.
that's the
And I saw,
confusing thing,
and I
like-
saw for
Because the reports
Tiwa
are saying-
Savage, the official audio is still on YouTube. The official video is still on YouTube.
official video is
Yes,
still on YouTube.
Yeah,
yes.
it's still on
So I was
On
quite
her own
surprised.
page.
I know. I
Like on
watched
her
it
own
this morning.
Tiwa
Just
Bravo
search
page.
for
No,
one
just normally
Tiwa
on
Savage
YouTube.
and
If it's
then
been
find
pulled-
it on
Hold
YouTube.
on. I'm saying, is it on Tiwa Savage YouTube page
No,
or
it's
other?
on YouTube. Other.
That's what I'm saying. They
that's
pulled
okay.
it down from Tiwa Savage page. That's what they are referring to.
How can they pull it down from Tiwa Savage?
Why can't they pull
If you pull it down
There,
from,
look at it.
if you pull it down
Nancy,
from,
that's Tiwa Savage 1. It's on her
Exactly.
page.
This
So,
is this
There
that
you
is this
go
the
then.
audio or the video?
that's the
whether it's
video.
audio, whether
I'm
it's
saying
video,
4,700
he's saying that they
and
have
something
pulled.
views, and
Yeah.
Tiwa's video cannot just have just 4,000 views. So we need to
Well,
get that
okay,
fact
we're going
right.
to confirm that
Yeah, we
before
need to
the end of
confirm
the
that.
show,
Okay.
and then we'll find out if it was pulled out from Tiwa Savage's YouTube.
Because they won't be peddling that
channel.
on
But the thing is, even if they do take it off Tiwa Savage's page, what effect is that going to have if there are other streams
oh,
and
it's
other
going to have
places
an
where?
effect on
because
her
she can't
account balance
monetize
there.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's not going to make money from the number of views that she would have gotten on that video.
Okay, let's talk about the actual situation, because he's even saying that he had reached out to her camp and that they didn't respond, they ignored, and that now his lawyers are the ones that are in charge. So
Yeah,
much
he
so
said
that
he didn't even have a hand in them taking it off YouTube because
doesn't
it
even
was
understand the process.
lawyers, yeah,
Yeah.
that it was his lawyers. But at the end of the day, what he said was a lot of people are ignorant about music terms.
do you think that is actually true?
No,
because I thought that was fast
I'm getting
for
to
him.
a point where because he said, okay, the people backlashed him for using a proverb that saying it's a Yoruba proverb that anybody can use a Yoruba proverb. But he said it was the same reading, I think,
Something like
coordination.
strings and coordination.
I said it's the
so-
same reading, coordination, and tone that she used it.
And we didn't
that's
find that.
what-
Both of us didn't even find that. Did you had listened to it as well?
Yeah, I
Did you
listened
find
to
that?
it, but I figured like it's a folk tale as well.
No, what I'm
and that's
saying is
how
that
they
if
sing
did
it.
you find-
Ojodunlaru.
If
I don't
did
know
you
the
find-
proverb,
what
so
I'm
don't
saying
let me
is,
say
Did
it.
you find the same tone, where the way he sang it and the way she sang it?
But
was
I'm
that the
saying
same
it's
tone?
also a folk tale. That's how they sing
No,
it.
Ife, I am asking if you found it to be the same tone as he, because he is claiming, yeah.
But if that is how they sing it, Tiwa Savage cannot sing it differently.
No, she sang it slower, so that's a different tone.
Whether it's slow or fast.
Slow or
But
fast.
it's the same tone.
It's the same tone, right?
No, it's not the same tone. It's a different tone. What is the definition of tone? I can say something differently, and that's the tone. Someone can sing it in a different pitch, and that's a different pitch. It's a different tone. So what he's talking about tone and all of those technicalities is still not making sense to me from what he's
No,
saying.
it's going to make sense to a lot of entertainment lawyers that deal with copyright infringements because if you listen to the Marvin Gaye estate and Ed Sheeran,
Yeah, but at
even
least
though
you
it
could
sounded
hear- it's similar, you could hear the similarity.
How? Okay, what about if you are talking about the one of Ed Sheeran and you could hear similarities, what about the one of Justin Timberlake and Pharrell Williams and it's still the same Marvin Gaye? It sounded totally different. Do you understand? But according to them, they said it had the same rhythm and strings and precautions. Do you understand? So if they're saying that, so people that deal with copyright infringements and they deal in entertainment law may be able to pick out those technicalities that we do not
I doubt
understand.
very much even if an entertainment lawyer will be able to do that, because this is technicality we're
Trust
talking
me,
about.
people that deal, people that it is their profession.
That's what I'm saying.
Let
But
them
it will
do their
definitely
job.
not be the entertainment lawyers. It will probably be some kind of musician or someone who is authorized in that kind of thing. You know, because an entertainment lawyer, I doubt very much. They will know the technicalities in terms of the legal aspects of it, but not in terms of the actual music
So
itself.
your argument now is that Tiwa was fast and Danny Young
I'm
was
saying that it doesn't have the same tone. I'm saying it doesn't have the same tone. All the things that he's saying, I am not seeing it in this Tiwa Savage's song. So I think she's going to win this case, and I think that's one of the reasons why she completely.
I don't understand. We really need to confirm. I'm not in support of anybody. I'm in support of whoever wins. We need to confirm and be sure that that video is still on her own page.
Yeah,
if it's not there, and if YouTube agrees to pull it down, then there is
some problem.
There is some kind of problem.
Yeah, but the thing is, I was even thinking about YouTube. I was like, even if they have pulled it, maybe they've pulled it down so that they continue investigations.
Based on the investigation.
Yes, so
but you guys know that
investigations before
all
they
of
move on.
Sorry, this is me being a Tokumbo now, being the conspiracy theorist.
Okay.
Yes,
if I need to be quick, we need
all
to
of this might just be publicity stunt for Danny Young for him to get views, because once you are talking about this, you want to go and view the Danny Young. Like I went there like twice today, so he's gotten 2 views from me.
Yes, there's a video
already.
Yeah.
So
okay, he didn't get anything from me. All I know was the audio, so he got streams from me.
So it's definitely increasing. So Ife might have a point after all. We're going to go on a break. More Tea Time stories right after this break.
What we do not understand, we will stigmatize.
What you can see is the remaining of the tanker that exploded.
The suspect equally confessed.
A 500 naira they collect am.
If you no talk, dem go beat you.
Na 2,500 I dey pay.
Welcome back. You're watching Tea Time right here on Plus TV Africa. Before we move on to our next headline, Elsie has done some check digging up. So
and I was right, you know, the video is not on YouTube, at least on not on Tiwa's page and not on Maven Records. So, but you can see it on some people's page.
Yeah. So some people are making
like
money
I was
off
saying,
that.
I think until the investigations have been concluded before YouTube finally comes to a decision regarding what they want to do. But I think they've just taken it out to investigate what's going on.
All right, we'll watch the space and see where
Let's watch the space and see what happens. Okay, up next is this headline. Documentary on Micheal Jackson's alleged sexual abuse leaves audience at film festival shocked. Okay. I really don't know why this is leaving a lot of people shocked, because, you know, throughout his life, the king of pop has been, you know, plagued with this pedophilia thing, you know. So I don't know why a lot of people are shocked, because it's not today that it started, but a lot of people have watched it and they're saying it's very, very shocking, you know. And I have to say that one of the things that I saw that was really, really, I don't know, because from what I understand, there are only two people that they, how do you put it now, that they ask questions and they interviewed. You know, if you're doing a proper documentary, you should have more than just two people. You should not base it on two people's testimony.
What if it's not more than two people that he did whatever people are saying?
That's what I'm saying. Then that's not enough to. That's not enough to then, you know, label someone as a pedophile. Can't you see R. Kelly's? There were so many women that came. The ex-wife.
Are you now saying it's the number of your victims that will determine if you are a rapist or a pedophile?
But the thing is, they are trying to say, you know, at the end of the day that he's like, once you're a pedophile, it doesn't matter. Well, I really don't know, because this case has actually been ongoing for a long while. I don't think if you want to do a documentary, you base it on 2 people.
Why not?
Because
Anyway,
it's
we're
not
one person.
just one for a documentary. Oh, come on, that's not comprehensive documentary.
We have seen true life stories where probably the PA of, or we've seen, what do you call it? What you call true life stories? No, true life movies based on true life events, where it is only one person's side of the story that they will base the movie on, about what surrounding one person's life.
Yeah,
I can tell you that about Pablo Escobar, for example. So if you're
but if you're doing a documentary is more research based. You don't just limit it based on 2 people.
If you can do your research based on one person.
No, what I'm saying is that, for example, okay, we're doing a research now on genres of radio, and we select only 2 radio stations. That's not a comprehensive report. What I'm saying is
only 2 radio stations that
I mean,
have the formats we're looking for. Why not? It would still be comprehensive on those 2 radio stations.
If there are only 2 radio stations in the whole Nigeria.
In the format we were looking at.
That's what I'm saying, but you still have to mention other formats.
Yeah, you
cannot
can
just
mention
go
them.
on the
That's
format.
why
I don't even understand the
if you
angle
watch
Tokumbo
this
is
Neverland and
coming from right
Sundance,
now.
they also
that their
made
report is
reference.
not
No, I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it,
But
so
they
I'm not even in
also
shock.
made reference to his past cases, which he was charged for, which he was discharged.
Which is
and
down to
acquitted.
these 2 people as well,
Yes,
not the other
so,
people.
But at the end of the
Are
day,
there
they
other
made
people?
reference to other people who accused him.
You've
but
watched the
later,
documentary.
said they were not going to testify against the
Even
king.
these 2 people also came out to say, oh, okay. I think they wrote something that made them look like, oh, they were letting go of this. So I don't know why this documentary is being done or why it is being done, but I have not watched it, so I cannot even say I feel shocked. Those that feel shocked understand why they are shocked.
Dogs lie.
You know, so
They should
I
let
don't know.
sleeping dogs lie. Because I actually saw some of the reports, reactions online, and some people are already concluding, oh, he's a pedophile. You know, they're already hating him already.
They'll be
I'm like,
alright. This person
seriously.
is even dead
Some
already.
people are
He's making more
feeling
money
bad
than
that
people. So let's move on, I
they
beg.
even thought
He was the king of
he was
pop.
the king of
Yeah.
pop.
Of course, he's the king of pop, whether you like it or not.
No, like they not because he was the king of pop, because they thought he was innocent at the time.
But he's not
After
alive to
seeing
defend
this,
himself.
yeah,
So
Exactly.
this gist is.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
that's why I said let us just let
Let
sleeping dogs lie. Yeah.
All right, I hope the production company lets sleeping dogs lie. We're moving on to our next story, which is on Banky W, who denies signing a contract to support Buhari. Now, this is really quite interesting because the accuser actually comes out to say that Banky W collected like 57 million naira. And actually, oh my goodness, this is really quite hilarious because the person in question was also saying that, you know, they should deny the fact, and that did Adesua not travel with him on a particular day to collect the money.
On a particular flight.
On a particular flight. I'm like, hello. But the both of them actually denied it, you know. So it begs the question that, you know, we have to really, really look at the facts before we even jump into conclusion. Because if we are not looking at the facts, you know, people can actually just quickly, like, have so much negativity attached to, what's his name? Banky W. So I'm like, okay, let's see all the facts. But he's in denial. And I'm like, who is this lady who actually comes out of nowhere to actually, you know, accuse them?
We don't know whether she's a journalist, she's an investigative journalist for that matter.
Or even in the political circle herself.
Yeah,
so it's like,
all like...
And people have already jumped on the bandwagon. They are already, you know, retweeting and reposting. And it's just like...
the fact that you're retweeting and reposting doesn't mean you're in support of it. It's just for you to
No, that's
go
not what I'm
viral.
saying. I know. I'm just saying that, you know, people haven't like come to a conclusion regarding what the real truth is.
Okay, so this lady posted this because Banky W replied to a response or an analysis of the CJN issue to was it Dr. Joe Abba, right? So he replied, and some people were just not in favor of what he posted, which was just very unbiased.
No, why are people?
You know,
no,
and then she comes out and says, "Come out."
What he posted, though.
Wait, hold on. She comes out to say, "Come out to support Buhari with your chest. That you collected 57 million, blah 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 blah. Your company EME was converted to a PR firm, and now you are supporting him." So Banky replies and says, "You have to bring up proof that he's calling his lawyers and all that." And then she replies saying, "Oh, her dad is a lawyer. Her dad has a chamber, and she should bring it all. That he cannot intimidate her by mentioning lawyers. You know, people stay asking her, do you have proof? She said, oh, she saw them in a flight going to Abuja December. And now Adesiwa comes out to say, yes, we went to Abuja in December, but we went for another, I think it was a gender event or another, it's a course event though. So they went there. So why is that a proof that we went to Abuja to meet Buhari for something, you know? So it went back and forth. And she has come out to apologize anyway. She said she's sorry that she didn't mean to take it out of context or something after the whole noise. So social media is just...
If you've not really
crazy.
said much before we round up.
Well, I just think this is somebody that is running for a political seat. As we all know, politics is a dirty game. Now, people can get people to say anything about you just to
pull you down,
your reputation and all of that. So I'm looking at it from that angle until this lady comes out to provide proof.
She has already apologized.
No. Like Banky said, then I think she should be taken to court for the
I hope that Banky doesn't let go.
I think he may not be bothered based on the fact that
he should be bothered.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think he would want to concentrate on his political.
But we need somebody to use one of these people as an example.
Somebody else will come out and say something else about Banky W before the election.
So I think he should. I think he should. And don't forget that somebody called him Gorimapa Chris Brown. Did you perceive that?
Yes, I saw that. It was absolutely hilarious. All right, guys, that's where we're going to wrap up on Tea Time this morning. Join us this afternoon for new episodes of the program. But if there's a story this morning that you want to comment on, you can do so on social media using the hashtag Tea Time, or you can tweet at us at +TV Africa. Until then, big ups to my colleagues on set, Ife, Elsie, and then the entire production team as well. I'm Tukumbo Taiwo saying thanks for watching. And as they say in Spanish, adios.